Welcome to the 7th section of this course, deploying application in AWS, Azure, and Docker. In the previous section, we saw cloud provisioning and configuration management with Chef. In this section, we will cover topics such as prerequisite, deploying our application on a remote server, deploying the application on AWS, deploying the application in a Docker container. Here we are at the first video of this section, prerequisites, deploying our application on remote server. In this video, our aim objective is to deploy Pet Clinic application to a remote Tomcat server. Web server and application server can be on local environment or remote environment. We will first deploy on a remote server. We will try to use Windows agents for compilation and deployment to see how agent-based architecture can be utilized. Follow a few steps to deploy an application on a remote server. First, let's start an agent on a Windows machine. Open command prompt and run the command given in the Manage Nodes section of the Jenkins dashboard. Change the URL accordingly. As you can see, we need to run these commands. Note that we need to run these commands on your Windows command prompt, not on CentOS. Our agent is now connected to the master. Let's verify the status of the agent on the master node, where Jenkins is running. Click on the test server agent, and you'll get all the details regarding projects tied to it, as shown here. Now that we have the agent node ready, let's prepare a remote server by downloading and setting up Tomcat. Now, let's set up a Tomcat server. In our case, we do not need to do it for cloud instances, as they will be configured using Chef. We will take a look at a more involved perspective on how we did it earlier and how all of the installation and other activities can be automated using Chef. Let's take a step-by-step tour. Download Tomcat 7 from this link. We're going to use the deploy plugin from Jenkins, and it requires specific versions of Tomcat for deployment. Extract the Tomcat installation files as shown. Open command prompt and go to the bin directory to start Tomcat by using this command. Use the proper IP address and port number combination to navigate to the Tomcat homepage, which looks like this. Go to conf and then open tomcat-users.xml in your Tomcat installation directory and uncomment the role and user lines or rewrite them as shown here. Set manager GUI as the role name for testing purposes. We need manager-script for deployment via the deploy plugin. Click on the Manager Application link on the Tomcat homepage and enter the username and password you set in tomcat-users.xml. Now, we can access the management application. For the Jenkins deploy plugin, change the role name to manager-script. Restart Tomcat and visit this link. You should see this output. Go to the Jenkins job build page and click on Configure. Select the proper JDK configuration for the Jenkins agent, as we have done here. Under Post Build Actions, select Deploy WAR or EAR to a container. Provide the location of the WAR file in the Jenkins workspace, the Tomcat Manager credentials, and the Tomcat URL with the port. Click on Apply and Save. Click on Build Now on the Jenkins Builds page. Verify the console output as showing a fresh deployment. It might take some time. Once the build is successful, visit the URL from your browser and notice the context. It is similar to the name of the application. In Post Build Actions, provide a context path as shown and click on Save. Click on Build Now again. Verify the application URL by providing a new context path. Great! So in this video, we saw how to deploy your application on remote server.